All right, what's up, y'all, man? This is your boy back in here again with another video for y'all, man. Welcome to the channel. If you can, please, I see y'all coming in, man. Y'all hit that like button for me. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you can. We finna get into some things right now, man. I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate everybody. Like I said, I want y'all to comment too, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think about these things that we got going on in here, man. Things that I'm discussing on the channel. Today we're gonna get into FSU. We was able to keep all of our staff. So we was able to keep everything intact. Now, there's been a lot of criticism about this. A lot of people been feeling like certain names, and they hate calling names, but in reality, they're talking about Randy Shannon and Odell Higgins should be gone, saying that these guys should be fired. I'm not one for, asking or calling for anybody's job. So Odell been there for a long time. Now I'm gonna tell you, when we had Willie Taggart, I was saying Odell should either be moved to head coach or either he should be let go because he's bringing the bad juju from the other teams in. And everybody, they was killing me for that. Man, Odell is a staple. He shouldn't be gone. Odell has been here for a long time. And I wasn't saying, whatever. I'm just saying let's bring in somebody fresh for these new kids that's coming in, man. Because Odell been there for a while. He's coached some great D linemen. But those years when we was going, I'm going to say like those years we was doing bad, the D line was looking terrible. I mean, even when we had got that big boy, he was like the #1 rated D tackle in the whole country when Jimbo was still here. He didn't pan out to be nothing. Now, I don't know if that was Odell's fault or who fault it was, but this dude was destroying everything before he came in. I wish I had his name right now. But he was a big boy that played D tackle for us. Right before Jimbo left, we had him. Big time D tackle, man. And he didn't never wound up for doing that. He even got cut from the NFL. At the end of the day, I was the one saying we need somebody different on that D line, coaching them boys up. Because I wasn't seeing anything. Now, the criticism is coming from recruiting right now. The criticism isn't coming from, let's say, coaching or development, because clearly Randy Shannon, he coached Ray Lewis. Clearly, those linebackers did pretty good this year. A lot of times they wasn't fitting up right. And I don't know if that was just a physical thing. I don't know if that was just a deal where these kids really wasn't that good because they wasn't real big 5-star, 4-star players when we got them. But they played good last year to go 13-0, and we had a pretty good defense. There were some games where I noticed some missed tackles by the linebackers. There were also some games where I noticed we wasn't fitting up right correctly, or, you can see where the gap going to be at, and them boys wasn't reading it. I played middle linebacker. Them boys wasn't reading it at all to save their lives. So was that a Randy Shannon problem? Or was that, just, you don't have the star power. You're not getting great kids that can actually play the position the way they need to play it. So, sometimes it can be a bunch of different things like you can be a great coach. You can be a really great coach. But if you get a kid that's not that good physically, mentally, or even just a dog in general, it ain't too much you can do with them. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say you can't coach speed? Sometimes you can't coach dog. A kid got to have that in him at all times. A kid got to understand where the ball going to be. Sometimes you got to go read your film and know where your gap is at, where you supposed to control your gap. And maybe them kids was trying to do too much in the beginning, because like I said in the last tape, that Louisville game, they played a complete game. I give them hats off. But so I'm not sure. With Odell, he getting D linemen from the portal that wasn't really that good at the last schools, and he's coached them up to be some first-round draft picks. So, with that being said, you know, I don't think, me personally, just my personal opinion, like I said, I used to think that we should do something different on the D line. Odell been proving himself lately. Now, where they've been complaining about, or where these fans been complaining about, and when some of these podcasts and these commentators been complaining about, is the recruiting. Now, I'm gonna give you my take on that. I do not feel like recruiting necessarily all the time falls on the coach, because clearly they're doing something to get them in. They're doing something to get them to commit. They're doing something to get them to come to the school and put Florida State in their top 3 or have us at the top 1. I feel like when it gets down to the nitty gritty, when it's time to sign pen to paper, I don't feel like that's a coach problem at that moment. You've done everything you can do. You've wrapped this, you've seasoned this turkey up, you've put them in the oven, you put the bake on. The only thing you didn't do is take him out and carve him. You know, somebody stole him from you. You know what I'm saying? Your power went out. But you did everything as the cook. You seasoned this thing up. You seasoned this bird up, man. You had him in that oven ready to go. And somebody steal your turkey. It's too much, what else can you do? And what I mean by that is, I don't know, man. You know, maybe it's a Neil problem. And I'm not saying that we don't have the money, because we do, but we're not willing to do what other teams are doing. That's just not the culture right now at Florida State. Norvell and them guys is not going to send or give nobody no money. You heard about the KJ Bolden situation. I don't know if this was just a way for him to kind of shoo off what really went on with him in Georgia. But he said some team, he wouldn't name names, offered him $3 million in the last, $3 million a year at that. Not just $3 million. And this is what he said out his mouth. So that ain't a rumor. He said that another team came in the last seconds and offered him $3 million a year for a freshman that ain't never stepped on the field in college football. That's just crazy. So as Florida State, we can't compete with that. There's no way in heck we was offering that dude that. And he tried to act like he went to Georgia because iron sharpens iron. That's what he said out his mouth. Iron sharpens iron, and that's what they was trying to tell him. And you saying you ain't go to Georgia for the nil? I believe somebody there gave him that type of money, and he tried to put it off on another team. That's just my humble opinion. Just to throw off the fact that he went to, like, look, Georgia wasn't even in the conversation, and this is on a whole nother subject. It was us and Auburn. I want to say Georgia wasn't even too much in there, and he wound up last minute go to Georgia. That's kind of weird to me. And I just think he came out. Forget what outlet he told this to, but yeah, I think that he just told them that to deter them. But that's the type of money that these kids are getting offered. So, you know, what can Randy Shannon do when you're a 5-star linebacker and you got these schools offering you some good money? Now, at the linebacker, I don't know if they offering nobody that type of money. But so, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I thought last year linebackers that Randy Shannon got was pretty good. I thought that they were pretty good. They're true freshmen. They'll be sophomores this year. I think, you know, give them some time. You know, now if this year comes around and our D-line takes a downfall, or our recruiting takes a downfall and we don't have the pieces to go, or you know, we're just getting gashed all year and the linebackers is looking terrible, then yeah. Then you gotta, you know, but I've never seen nobody get fired. You go 13-0. You know, what else can you do? You coach your boys up to be the best they can be. You know, you got Jared Verse there. When we bring in talent, of course he's telling them, hey man, Odell is a great coach. What else can you do? You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure linebackers have came in on recruiting visits, and I'm quite sure those linebackers that we had are saying, hey man, you know, Randy Shannon is a great linebacker coach. You know, Randy Shannon been around the block, man. He ain't new to this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, let's give them some time. Let's give them some time. Let's see what we can do this year coming up. I think this will prove to the masses what's going on. That way they can kind of stop getting this negative criticism about getting fired. Man, you went 13-0. You went 13-0. And your defense was a good defense. So, you know, if you're getting fired for that, I mean, what else can you do? You fire somebody after going 13-0. You got a first round draft pick on your D line. You built up these big D tackles that did pretty good. You know, you got Fisk, that's probably gonna be a second round, third round pick. You know, I think you did pretty good, man. I think Odell has stepped it up, did good. I think Randy Shannon has helped Adam Fuller out with the defense. That's why I really believe the defense has tightened up. And so, in my opinion, man, I'm happy that Norvell did what he did. He kept everybody together. As a head coach, that got to be hard to do, especially when you have a lot of people, you know, coming after you saying what you need to do as far as getting rid of people, man. You know, these people got families. You know, they are family. Norvell loves his coaches, you know, and I know you can't really mix business with family or family with business, but these guys did a great job, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what Ron Dugan's going to do. If anybody, y'all just looking at recruiting, I need to see him turn. I don't get why Hakeem ain't on the field. I don't get why Portier not on the field. I like Deuce Spann. You know what I'm saying? He from my city. I like Deuce Spann. I think that dude is a beast. I think Portier is a beast. I'm not understanding why these guys not on the field. I'm not understanding why Hakeem Williams is not on the field. And, you know, we still in the portal trying to get these receivers when we just had a great recruiting class for receivers. Like I said last video, receivers should be able to get on that field as a sophomore, no questions asked. If you can't coach up your receivers to be ready to get on the field by their sophomore years, something is wrong. So I need to see big time playing from Hakeem Williams, from you know, Portier if he's still there, and Vendarius Jacobs, the slot receiver that we got, man. That dude is good. I get it. A lot of them was hurt. They had injuries, but you know, that's also a problem too. They said that a lot of our players wasn't barely practicing all year. They said Keon Coleman didn't practice. They said the tight end Bell really wasn't because they was hurt. So maybe we got to change up practice scheduling. You know, they go right to practice right after a big game. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Maybe you come in and get ice baths and stuff, but to be back on the field the day after a big game, it's kind of weird to me. You're not getting no time to settle down. That type of coaching is old school coaching, man. You got to rest these players. If we practicing on Sundays after a Saturday, we going in on a Sunday and practicing hard, that's not good coaching. And that lies with Mike Norvell. I feel like Sundays should be ice tubs, cool downs, rest your muscles. Mondays, walkthroughs. Tuesday, you get back at it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe even Monday be your off day where you get to just relax and not even worry about football. You know, maybe you watch some film and then you get back on it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got Friday. You got all these days. You need 2 days off, man. They need 2 days off for sure. So if they not, getting that rest, it's probably why we stay injured. So, yeah, that's who I'm looking to see what we can do, man. I'm happy with Patrick Surtain. Tony, which is the quarterback's coach. I can say he did a good job with Jordan Travis, but we need to see what he can do with these young pups we got, man. Because I also feel like Brock Glenn showed me something. Okay, listen. Brock Glenn played in the ACC championship game where he didn't know he was going to be able to play. He didn't know he was going to start that game. Started in that game, didn't look too good. He came out against Georgia. Not only did he come out against Georgia, he also talked some trash before that game. Came out against Georgia and did a good job, in my opinion, with what he had to work with, man. So that's another question mark I got with this team. I get it. You know, you're trying to keep these wins up, so you went out and you got DJU. But Brock Glennon, he looked pretty good, man. I feel like that dude, if it was me, you give him a spring with the ones, he will be ready. You give him a workout this summer, a workout this spring, you give him the summertime to get in the weight room, Brock Glenn, I think, could be better than DJU. I'm telling you, that Georgia game, this man, he was out there with reckless abandon. He was actually playing his butt off, in my opinion, man. Think about that now. And that was just a 2-week gap jump. And you got to think, he was also hurt all of this year. Brock Glenn was hurt the majority of the year. So he came in, played in the ACC title game, where he did pretty good. Well, he didn't do good at all in that game. But I'm just saying, for a true freshman to get thrown in that game, he didn't lose us the game. Then he come to the Orange Bowl, where you're going against the #1 team in the country. I don't care what they had him rate. Georgia is the #1 team in the country. And he went out there balling, in my opinion. With what he had to work with, he was balling, in my opinion. So, I don't know, man. I think when you bring these players in, sometimes you bring in these other receivers, or you try to go and get the portal. I like the portal, but when you've been recruiting at the level where you got these big time players like Hakeem Williams and Vendarius Jacobs, I just feel like, we gotta utilize these players, man. We gotta utilize these players. So, let me see. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Because we got Destin Hill, who's a freshman. He was hurt. We got Hakeem Williams, who's a freshman. He was hurt. All these players was hurt. Brock Glenn, freshman, was hurt. So is that something with the practice? Is that something with the practice? Let me know, man. Y'all tell me what you think, man, in the comments. Yeah, Vandarius Jacobs is a freshman. They got him down here 6 foot 175. I like that dude better than, what I'm saying? I like him on the field better than I like this new dude that we just got from LSU. And Jaylen Brown. I think Vandarius Jacobs, but we got this dude, Vandarius Jacobs, and y'all more excited about this dude coming from LSU. I mean, you know what I'm saying? What he just thinking he finna come in here and start over these guys? He think he finna come in here and start over Hakeem Williams? I mean, come on, man. We gotta get these. Look, man, we have to start developing these players, especially the receivers. So when y'all ask me about who I think should be on the hot seat, it's Ron Dugans. It's Ron Dugans, man. I feel like Ron Dugans is on my hot seat. Ron Dugans is on my hot seat. That's who's on my hot seat, is Ron Dugans. I feel like he need to get it done, man. I feel like Ron Dugans need to get it done. It shouldn't be no questions asked. We got too much talent in that department to not get it done this year, man. And I want to see a big jump from these freshman receivers that we got in this year. They should be ready to go next year. And if they not, that's who y'all need to be worried about, Ron Dugans. I love Ron Dugans. I'm a Florida State fanatic, so I've been watching Ron. I've been watching Ron when he was playing with Peter Warrick and them. So, I love Ron Dugans, but at the end of the day, I need to see what he can do, man. I need to see what he can do with these players, man. But anyway, that's my take on it, y'all. Like I said, once again, I'm happy with the coach. I'm happy that Norvell kept all the coaches. They all did a great job. Even Ron Dugans, they all did a great job. Give them next year. Now, this year coming up, it's going to be the tell-all to see what we really can do. How much can we really develop these players? Because we got the talent. I think we got the talent. We need a few more pieces, but at the end of the day, I feel like, definitely at linebacker, we can use some pieces. I feel like the D-line definitely needs some pieces. Linebacker, O-line, we can't go wrong there. I like that dude that they might be having coming in from Alabama. I want to see what he can do. I do feel like running back, we could use a running back, you know. But receiver, I don't know, man. I think, you know, we maybe can use one, but if we was gonna get one, that dude Jaylen Brown, that's a nice pickup. Don't get it twisted. That's a nice pickup. Jaylen Brown is a nice pickup. So I'm happy with Jaylen Brown coming in now. But I mean, if you're talking about right now, like coming in, like how we had Keon Coleman, we need that guy from Texas A&M. I mean, that'll be the guy that can come in and give you that guaranteed start over there at that position. I don't think Jaylen Brown is a guaranteed starter. I think Vendarius Jacobs and Hakeem Williams going to be battling that out to be like, bro, you're not just going to come in here and just take my place. You know, if I was them, that's how I would be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowing nobody to come in. You just like me, bro. We just got on the same. We came in the same year. Ain't no way you just because you whatever you want to come back over here and now you think boom you finna play over me. No, that wouldn't happen. So we ain't, like I said, we ain't got that Keon Coleman on the squad. I think if we get that dude from Texas A&M, we will have him. But other than that, man, I think we should be pretty decent. Just got to see what we can do. We need line and D lineman and a linebacker. And then, you know, we'll see what Randy Shannon can do with the recruits he got in last year. See if he can build them up in the weight room this year, get them ready to go on the field for next year. And then we can see then what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Then we can judge them and say, hey, Odell, you ain't cutting it, man. You know, this ain't, we ain't getting no recruits. We ain't doing this. You know, same thing with Randy Shannon. But like I said, man, they went 13-0. Give them a break. Even if they can't get it done, like I got to see it on the field. So just the record alone ain't going to say, oh, they need to be fired. We need to see the film and look at them and, oh, the D-line coming off the ball, they doing their job. They're just young. They need more development. You know, the linebackers are getting off blocks good. They making good tackles. They fitting up, but they're just young, so they make a few mistakes. That's all normal, man. You're gonna get that when you got young players. So let's give them, you know what I'm saying, some time, man. Don't y'all calm down on these coaches, man. They did a good job. I'm happy that Norvell kept everybody. And, you know, we building this thing up, man. Like, you know, we going to see what it's looking like on the field in the spring. And then, you know, we'll see what we can do. But until then, like I say, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I will be making some more videos going over some of these players that we got. And until then, y'all have a great day, man.